Hello everyone and welcome to this unbiased review of the new NU Blue Hammer. Now I've titled this as an unbiased review simply because I have no affiliation whatsoever with any ball company, organisations, etc, etc. So this is just my own honest opinion that will hopefully help people decide whether the NU Blue is for them, and I've also included a comparison to the famous purple hammer as well. So let's jump straight in. Firstly, this is the drilling I went with on the blue for anyone that's interested, and for reference, this is the drilling on the purple hammer. The pattern I was bowling on in this video was the 43-foot Mexico City, and I bowled for about 20 minutes on this lane before shooting this video. So my first ever shot with the blue, and I was expecting this to hook a lot more, so I made a move to the right, but it didn't quite make it back. So I made the adjustment and found the pocket on the next shot. So my first impression is, wow, this ball really does hit hard, but at the same time, it just seems so smooth all the way down the lane. Other videos have talked about the continuation this ball has, and I was seeing the exact same thing. Straight away, I felt really comfortable with this ball in my hand because I didn't have to worry about whether or not this was going to carry, which is something that can be in the back of my mind when using something like the purple hammer or even the pitch black. At this point, I started to test what the new blue can do and moved right to try some different angles. The first one struck, and then I had one that went light and another that went through the nose, so I made the adjustment and was back towards the pocket again. The great thing I noticed was that I felt I had the exact same reaction and finish at the pins as I did when standing far left. So now let's do a comparison with the purple hammer. I want to talk about the limitations of the purple and how the blue manages to fix some of those limitations. Firstly, I have to be honest and say that I do like hammer equipment, but in the past, I felt that some of their reactive stuff can be quite unpredictable, and I felt that this unpredictability showed at times with the purple. I first got a purple hammer at the end of 2022, and after a year of using it, my opinion is that I do like it very much, but I just don't love it. Now, this is quite ironic because I use this ball literally all the time, especially during tournaments. I still can't say I've fallen in love with it like I have done with some of my other favourite balls. Now, part of that is the unpredictability I feel I encounter with the purple. I just prefer a much smoother and controllable ball where I know pretty much exactly what it's going to do, which is why I absolutely love the pitch black. The problem is that the pitch black often isn't the best option for the fresh, which is where the purple then comes in. The other issue I have with the purple is I feel I have to keep my angles quite straight. I don't feel I can move right as the ball just doesn't always pick up, and for me, just often seems to hit the pocket quite weak. But as we can see from this shot, the blue addresses this issue. I moved basically as far right as I could just to see what would happen, and it shocked me how the blue still picked up and smashed the pins. I then stood in the same place and threw the purple, and although you can see it made the pocket and struck, it didn't have the same sort of drive, and it definitely seemed to have that little bit of drag in the oil that I didn't really see from the blue. This brings us to the biggest pros of the new blue, and that is versatility. I feel I could play any part of the lane with this ball, which is not something I feel I can do with the purple hammer. The blue just seems to hit the same way from so many different angles, and it's so continuous that the pins just get blasted away. After this initial test, I really like this ball, although I am going to reserve a little bit of judgment as I just need to see this ball on some other conditions and centres. But for me, this is going to be a perfect pairing with the pitch black. Don't get me wrong, I'll still be using the purple a lot, but I just love how smooth the blue feels and the fact that this hits so bloody hard. In my opinion, I think that Hammer have knocked this out of the park. The only concern that I have with this ball is whether or not there will be any drop in performance over time and whether it really is as predictable as it first seems. Obviously, it's not going to match up on everything, but in my opinion, it's going to be pretty deadly on a lot of sports shots. The goal here was to create a reactive that rolls like a urethane. Mission well and truly accomplished in my opinion. So, the question, who should buy this ball? Well, if you didn't like the purple hammer, then yes, I would say you should probably give this a go because I do feel it's significantly different. I was struggling to think of a ball to compare the blue to because it's like a mix of everything, almost like the pitch black, purple hammer and the pink widow urethane, all rolled into one but with its very own unique twist to it. Like me, if you've loved the pitch black and need something to go above this, then this is definitely for you too. I have to say I was somewhat skeptical when this new blue was announced, but after actually throwing it, I'm impressed with what Hammer have achieved here, and I know I'll be using this ball a lot from now on. And that will bring us to the end of my initial review of the new blue. I'd be very interested to hear your thoughts with this ball yourself, so if you have picked up one of these, then please do let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what it is you like and do not like about this ball. And that will bring us to an end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this ball review. This is actually the first ball review that I've done. So if you have enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button below. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.